age, slowing metabolism, menopause or hormones prevented you from losing weight? Okay, so how we're different from everybody else. Our area of expertise is helping people who have a slow aging metabolism lose up to 50 pounds in 12 weeks, increase their drive, their focus, their confidence, their energy, their productivity, without having to count calories, points, macros, or eat boring rabbit food, but more by educating them and empowering them to make their own choices. Okay, so how this is different from everything else that you've seen. So most people we speak to have tried everything, and I will say, like, well, almost everything. They've tried the ketones, the starving, 5-2, the Weight Watchers, the shake diets, the macros, the calorie counting, the boot camps, the extreme exercises, working with a PT who keeps telling you to eat more protein. Well, you're paying for the workout. The list goes on. Now, we've coached over 1,000 women and men with roughly a 70-30% split, just like yourself, worldwide. And we've spent tens of thousands on education and enhancing our clients' lives. So here's the MomentumNRG fitness family here. My wife Jennifer is a director in the business, and our son Lewis is our apprentice in the business as well. Although I would probably say technical guru wizard on the online side of stuff. So why you should hang around? I'm going to walk you through the real reasons to why you may struggle to lose weight as you age. The 5-point nutrition strategy you must follow at this stage of your life, and how you don't need exercise to lose weight, and real life client success stories as well. There's a few in here today that are succeeding on this program as well at the moment, and a few that have succeeded in the long run as well. So how do you know it's real? I'm going to introduce you to one of our clients, Debbie, who was on a similar webinar in 2020. Before she enrolled on the program, she was stuck in a rut for 5 years, doing every single diet she could think of. She finally ditched the yo-yo diet and lost 55 pounds and has now maintained this for the last 24 months. So why we're qualified, you just have to check out on our transformational academy page, group page that you're in at the moment. And if you're not, I'll make sure you get in here by the end of the day. Check out our training success, check out our live testimonials and, you know, all our success stories, and you'll see that we're real and these are real people getting real results. So who this is not for, if you're not coachable, you hate doing things differently, you think you know better, you aren't ready to fix things, and you want another quick fix. You don't want to do the work, and if you need like your partner's permission to change, I think this is something you've got to want to do for yourself. So who this is for? If you've tried every other diet going, if you've failed multiple times and feel like giving up, you feel awful, you don't like the way you look in the mirror just now, you feel unattractive to your partner or spouse, or you don't feel comfortable going out socially, you turn down events, you've got low self-esteem or zero body confidence, or your energy levels are drained. I was just chatting to a lady just before we went live today, and we're talking about, it could just be that maybe you've not been yo-yo dieting all year, maybe this has just happened in the last year or 2 years or 3 years, you've maybe hit the menopause and all of a sudden you've now got this extra weight, and the weight that you've got now, just the old things that you were doing before don't seem to be getting you to where you want to be. You could be doing exercise, which I'm going to cover in this presentation as well. So those thousands of people we've already come through our system, they felt like that too, but doing nothing isn't going to fix it. So let's get to what they did to get the weight loss, their energy up, their body confidence through the roof. And my goal for this webcast today is to show that you can literally lose weight despite having a slow age of metabolism, hormonal imbalance, or menopause. And it's to also show you the only way to drop that 10 to 15 pounds sustainably is through the MomentumNRG 5-point optimum nutrition systems. Our background story, this is the year 2000. I always love to share this story to when we started in the industry, and it was like, in fact, it was actually longer than 21 years ago. But really the birth of the MomentumNRG was when our son Lewis was born. You've seen him fast forward 21 years. This was 21 years ago in a health club I worked at in Edinburgh. So I've been in the industry coaching people for over 20 years. It's not something it's just happened overnight. We've built up our client following. So let's talk about it, the menopause, hormonal imbalance, and slow aging metabolism. And there's you're probably being led to believe, or you're being told that this will lead to weight gain, and it makes it impossible to lose weight. And I know I'm going to put weight. You know, we're here to tell you what to do. Still lose weight throughout the menopause, slow age of metabolism or hormonal imbalance. So there's no denying as our body ages, it does change due to hormonal pressures in both men and women as well. But here's some straight facts, firstly. So let's talk about menopause, for example. It may impact your thyroid function. It's likely that your thyroid function will reduce, which can make it harder to lose weight. So I'm not denying it's not going to make it harder, but to compensate, you need nutritional awareness. So do you actually know how to align your exercise, your nutrition with your exercise? So comment in the chat box, yes or no, or if you're watching on live, comment yes or no if you've actually, you know how to align your exercise with your nutrition. And I know that a lot of people will probably be jumping into this and thinking I've got a magic wand. I don't have a magic wand. It's learning how to eat properly and the right foods that will impact your body's biochemistry, which I'm going to cover in this presentation as well. Men with low testosterone, this may impact weight gain as well. Many studies have shown that men with low testosterone have a higher percentage of body fat than those with the higher testosterone levels. And again, to compensate, you need nutritional awareness. And again, I'm asking the question, do you actually know how to align your nutrition with your exercise? Again, comment in the box, because most of us think, like I speak to people every day who are struggling with their weight, and like, you know, I've spoken to thousands of people over the years, like, you know, stuck with my weight. And most people think they know what to eat, they know their nutrition. It's something that we should automatically know about, and we even label them as virtues as well. And I can't even count the amount of clients that have said to me they've been good or bad when it comes to food. But there are actually really skills involved in things like food planning, shopping, knowing which foods impact your biochemistry. This is where the hormones come in. I'm going to cover a little bit on hormones today as well. Obviously, I'm not going to fit everything into like a 20-minute presentation. You're not going to learn everything that you need to know straight away. But yeah, the skills, things like the foods that fill you up, which ones make you feel more hungry or quicker. This is a big one just now for me, is understanding portion sizes is also a skill. And I'm actually working on a presentation and a document for my Inside Coaching Hub for actually my clients. And inside that, I'm going to be talking about like how I get my clients to dial their portion sizes in based on how they feel. So everything we do is individually tailored. So it's like, you know, what everybody's kind of doing over here is like generic sizes. It's got to be a fist size, a thumb size. Whereas what we do over here with our clients is actually, well, how hungry are you? And I'll give you an example. Somebody submitted a food diary to me the other day. They sent me a picture of their eating point and they had 4 oat cakes on the plate. And I'm like, that's four eating points. Like, did you need 4 oat cakes? Like, were you really actually hungry? So there's a bit of psychology eating in the portion size. It's like, rather than going with how you feel, like I just started off with having 1, and if I was hungry, I could maybe have another one. And then if I was still hungry, I could have another one. You've got to listen to how you feel. So understanding portion size is a huge skill, and it is very individualized. So, like, you know, not one rule fits all. So maybe one day one client, like maybe just done a workout in the gym, maybe 2 or 3 would have done the job. You know, so everybody's different, and we work with clients individually, which I'm going to cover as well, and how we actually do that and how we look at our clients' nutrition on a daily basis. So some of us were never taught these things growing up as well, or we may have been taught conflicting things. So like, none of my clients do breakfast, lunch and dinner. We just eat little and often. I'm going to cover that in 1 second. I know I'm jumping ahead, but it's hard to know what to believe. That's what I'm trying to say. And focus on building these skills is a great mindset switch. So it's empowering versus restricting. Our clients aren't restricted on what they eat. It's not about deprivation and penance. It's about creating a healthy, fit lifestyle that you actually enjoy. And if you've been struggling with your weight, then it might be that you've been probably following like all the things online, and you've been doing one thing and this thing, and like the things that you're doing that used to work for you aren't working anymore. And a lot of people are doing it the hard way, and they keep doing the same crappy diets, like they're doing protein shakes or whatever. And protein shakes are just processed. You know, they don't grow on a tree. The baby food diet, the apple cider vinegar diet. So I'm going to be a bit harsh here. You keep doing the same things and expecting to get the same results, and that's crazy. And if you keep doing them and expecting to get different results, then I think you're off your head. It's not your fault though, because these fat clubs, calling them fat clubs, I'm just going to come out there and call them what they are, by very virtue are designed to fail with I was having a laugh with my wife earlier on about how I was going to say recidivism. Easy for me to say, rates which are 97%. So they want you to fail. Like the diets want you to fail. Why? So that you keep coming back year on year, losing a bit, putting it back on again, losing a bit, ka-ching for them that they're quids in, because they know that they're not educating you on how to eat properly, and you just keep going back and making the same mistakes time and time again. So live in just a minute, if you stick around, I'm going to show you how you can fix all of this, and I'm going to show you the biggest shifts that you need to make in just a minute. And it's got to be a new way. You know, you can't rely on the old way of thinking to get you to where you want to be. So if you don't change the way in which you think, you might never get to where you want to be. So really, you're going to have to shift your mindset to a better way. So how do we do it? Using our 5-point nutrition system. So when you get clarity on how to track your eating using the 5-point nutrition systems, you can expect to lose 7 to 10 pounds per month. And the reason I call it the 5-point nutrition systems is it allows you to eat little and often, so you balance your body's biochemistry, eliminate cravings, control your portions to fuel your body to release the fat. Does that make sense? If you're watching this, if you're maybe putting the notes, yes, it makes sense, Dan. If not, then I'm going to walk you through a bit more in a second anyway. Okay, so here's how we do it with our clients. Our clients get to eat like 5 times a day. And this is when I talk about helping people balance the hormones, what I'm talking about is controlling the ones that you can take control of. So for example, your blood sugar levels, this is what I'm talking about. So our clients get to eat little and often. So from this graph here, you see like, and also we don't count calories. So like counting calories, like, because you could have 100 calories of donuts or 100 calories of vegetables, like what's better for your body, what's going to have a different impact on your body. For example, like white bread has more of an impact on your body's blood sugar than sugar itself. And what happens is when you eat white bread, for example, you'll get a rapid rise in your blood sugar levels. So what happens is basically you've now got a rise in your blood sugar levels. You're eating refined carbohydrates because you've not been educated maybe on the right types of carbohydrates you should be eating. You get a rapid rise in your blood sugar levels. That gets sent to the muscle cells for future storage. Now, if you're not using up that and you're, say, sitting in an office or whatever, or you've got a sedentary lifestyle, then it just gets converted to fat. So you're fat storing straight away in here. Your body then produces insulin because it doesn't like to have high blood sugar in here. So you're introducing a hormone, the hormone insulin, which is also a fat storing hormone. You then get a rapid fall in your blood sugar levels. So you're now in low blood sugar. Your body then requires more blood sugar. Also, your body produces cortisol and adrenaline, and cortisol again is a fat storing hormone. So I say that healthy lifestyle and getting a balanced diet is the key to actually improving your hormones, improving your sleep, improving your stress. So if you're in the blood sugar cycle where you're constantly going up and down by eating the wrong foods, whether it be protein bars or protein shakes and, you know, white bread, white flour, diet food, you know, the designer processing, again, that's a whole different topic. And if you were inside my sugar challenge, get inside that group. There's a free kind of document in there on how to balance your blood sugar levels and some great presentations that'll help you, guide you along the way. So our clients get to eat little and often. They don't have breakfast, they don't have lunch, they don't have dinner. They just eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7 times a day, but it's smaller portions and it's tailored to them individually. So most programs out there I find pretty effective, but the problem is most people recommend these days is things like counting calories, macros, sins, keto and fasting. Now the problem with this approach is it's tedious, it's complicated for people to stick with, and they lose the weight, but they just can't seem to sustain it for the long term because it was unrealistic and it was unsustainable to start with. So what we do over here is take a more simple back to basics approach, because that's what we found work best with our clients over the 20 years plus experience. Some of the simple things work the best. So our goal is not to count calories, macros, points, sins, starve you. It's to actually track what and when you eat. Okay. So our clients don't actually follow any kind of diet plan. In fact, we don't even give them a meal plan. Our clients get to pick and choose. If I can just make sure you guys are all muted there, that would be awesome. As well, I could hear a little background noise there. All of our clients get to pick and choose what they want to eat and what they don't. That even means getting to eat all the things that you want and be the weight that you actually want to be. We do this using a good old-fashioned notepad and pen. So you have to submit your food to me every day for inspection. It's very personalised. So I respond daily to my clients' nutrition to ensure they're on track, highlight their mistakes, make adjustments and point them in the right direction. We actually fix your problems. I was chatting to a client earlier on today in America, and I was chatting to her. Everything we do is personalised. She sends it directly to me. There's no group thing or anything like that going on. It's very personalised. And then I give her some feedback on where she can make improvements and maybe guide her to some training that can help her and educate her on the nutrition, because I think education is a key part to success. She gets day in, day out access and accountability likely that she's never had before, unless you've worked with me on this program. I'm going to cover the exercise part, because I said I was going to cover the exercise part. You can't outrun a bad diet. So it was interesting because the lady I was chatting to earlier on today, this is a really interesting subject. This, setting aside the physical side of things for a moment, the vast majority of us just don't know what to eat. And I want to briefly discuss why you can't outrun a bad diet. And exercise actually isn't a factor in weight loss, but of course it's important for your health and your mindset. And you know, I've been working in health clubs for over 20 years, and you see people coming into the gym doing 5 classes a week, and they're what I describe as I'm going to come out and say it's fat. So they're fit as hell. They're really fit people. You know, you see them come to the gym all the time, and they're doing their classes. They're smashing it, and they're fit. Yeah, there's no doubt in that their fitness levels are strong. They've got strong bodies, and listen, that's really important because fit fat people live longer than lean, unfit, healthy people. So that's a positive. But you shouldn't be the weight you are. You know, and probably it's more than likely that there's a couple of reasons to why maybe you are where you are, and one reason being is that, like, you might be doing too much. You might be doing too much generic exercise. It's maybe not meant for your body and for your age just now, and it could be you're going through the menopause or whatever, or it could be medical, and it's not meant for your age, your gender, and it might be that you're doing too much as well. Sometimes what happens is when you put your body under a great deal of pressure, your body releases stress. So you're putting your body under more stress. That's then releasing more cortisol, which results in you storing more fat. So one, you might be doing too much exercise, and I'm not saying you shouldn't train 5 days a week and do exercise 5 days a week. Hell no. You know, like, I love training and doing exercise every day, but it's got to be at the right time, and I've got to have the right recovery, because recovery is equally important to losing weight, and you really want to be releasing the fat. So there must be a reason to why you're not releasing the fat, because it sounds like you're fit, but you're just not. But I hope that kind of makes sense in terms of why exercise isn't that. Like, you can't outrun a bad diet. People have heard that saying a lot. You know, you just can't outrun a bad diet. And I read a good book the other day, The Easy Way to Lose Weight by Alan Carr. And it was really interesting what he said. It's like a car, like, weighs the same. Now, it doesn't matter if you burn the fuel out, the net weight of the car will be roughly the same, and you just have to refuel it again. And what you tend to find with that is that people just end up wanting to eat more, drink more, because they're burning their fuel up. So weight loss really isn't, for me, a factor in actual weight loss. Really, 100% is nutrition. If you want to lose weight, you need to dial your nutrition in. But after that, it's not just about, I get that it's not just about you want to have a more toned, sculpted body, you want to be fitter, you want to be healthy, and that's really, really important as well. So yeah, the whole fat fit thing for me, there's 2 reasons. One, you would need to look at the exercise you're doing and maybe have an easy day and a hard day so you can get some recovery. So you can still train. Like, I have recovery sessions when I do my triathlons. I have recovery cycles. I had a recovery swim today, actually, where I just went. Yesterday I done a fitness test where I was all in. Today was a recovery swim. So I was allowing my body to recover, which actually helps me to release fat, rather than if I was to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, then my body's going to, one, it's going to break. I'm going to burn out. I'm going to injure myself. And as well as that, I'm not going to lose the fat. My body's going to want to keep it. It's not going to want to release it, because I'm constantly pushing my body all the time, and people hit burnout for that reason as well. Now, to achieve weight loss, fat loss, and improve your health and make you feel more comfortable in your clothes. And here's the deal. Like, you know, I said on my post today that I'm going to give away something today. So I'm going to actually give away a 3-day responsive food diary. And now, up until now, unless you've actually bought the product, you've come in and done the program and work with me one-to-one, you'll receive them, the full works. It's not a diet per se, but a way of life. And if you don't know, then you have to learn. So the one thing I need from you is you follow the plan, you send me your feedback, comment responsive below, and I'll send them to you via Messenger. So I will look at your diary for 3 days, starting from Monday. In fact, just message me and we can start anytime. I'll get you booked in and we can have a quick chat, and we can get you, I can have a look at your diet and see what changes and what adjustments I can make for those 3 days. So I'm going to work with you for 3 days for free. And if you like it, then if you want to stay on, then great. If not, we can. You've got some value, and hopefully you can go on and be a great success as well. So my goal for today was to show you that you can still lose weight despite having a slow age of metabolism, menopause, and hormonal imbalance. But most people never act on good information. So you can watch this today. You can come in here and download my free guides and all that kind of stuff, and never act upon it. You'll never be successful. And even worse, you'll end up living a life of regret of what could have been. So you can either decide to, one, keep doing the yo-yo diets or blaming your age or hormones, menopause, but I guarantee you that you'll remain unhappy. You can do it yourself for a few days like the rest of the yo-yo diets. And I know that's not the case for everybody. I know that not everybody's a yo-yo dieter. It could be, like I say, you've just reached the stage of your life and you're like, oh my God, what's happened? Like, I've always been slim, and next time you've gained the weight, which, you know, and a lot of the time it is nutrition. I would probably say, I would go as far to say is 95% of the time it's lack of nutritional awareness. Now, there is a 5% where it could be that, like, you know, I would also say the other 5% is that it could be medical reasons that you're not losing the weight. But I would say 95% people aren't eating the right foods, and they're not doing what they can do to manage their health. They're not following a healthy lifestyle. They're not eating the right foods. And the foods are causing them to be overweight. They're maybe not aligning their nutrition with their exercise, basically, and maybe even doing the wrong types of exercise for their bodies at this time in their life as well. So you can make a decision to personally connect with me and my team. We can provide you a personal roadmap. And I'd love to say it's a quick fix, but from experience, that's not the truth. And we're in the age of transparency. So what I'd love to do is set up a complimentary weight loss audit call first. And this takes around about 10-15 minutes. We can get you set up on that 3-day responsive diet. And like I say, it's not a diet per se, it's a way of life. We do the audit over the phone to see if there's any gaps in your nutrition, training, mindset, find out where you're going wrong. It's a bit like going to your doctor and getting and the doctor will ask you questions to find out like what's going on, and then they can treat the symptoms and get to the root cause of the problems, like what's causing you to gain the weight, what's holding you back from losing the weight. That's the kind of things that we focus on and get you on track without overwhelming you, and get you set up for those 3 days. And if you want, we can talk about, if you want to come on board and work with me, then great. If not, then you've got some clarity and value about where you're going wrong, and you can start making changes. So Q&As, has anybody got any questions they'd like to ask me today? Like, fire away. I'm here for you. Any questions?